Everybody stand and let us pray before we start anything else. Please lead the prayer, Mr. Henteroy. Good afternoon, class. Everybody, please look under your chairs and tables, check if there's any trash behind you, and arrange your chairs properly, and you may now take your seat. Secretary, please check if there is any absent today. Great, perfect attendance. Kindly pass your assignment forward and I'll check it later. Let me check if you still recall our previous discussion last meeting. For the first question, what is our last topic all about? Yes, Mr. Gayakan? Very good. And for the second question, what you have learned from our last topic? Yes, Mr. De Los Santos? Very good. And for the third and last question, what is the importance of knowing the branches of the fishery? Yes, Mr. Floyd. Very good. Good job, everyone. It seems that you already understood our last topic. But before we proceed to our today's lesson, I prepared a motivational activities. This activities is called word puzzle. And I have here a word puzzle, and all you need to do is encircle the word in the search grid. Look for them in all directions, including backwards and diagonally. I asked the first student to find the hidden word, and if they finish, they can choose another player to play the game. Understand, class? Very good, everyone. You are already familiar with the terms in today's lesson. But before that, for you to be guided in our discussion, kindly read the objectives. Kindly read, everyone. I hope these objectives will be attained by the end of the lesson. Is that clear, class? What do you think is the connection of the activity that we did to the topic that we will discuss? Very good. It seems that you have an idea from our previous activity. Thank you for your participations. In this class, who has an idea about the external parts of the fish? Yes, Mr. Legaspi. Very good. Those are some parts of the external parts of the fish, but there's more to fish, and today's I will discuss this. First is the upper column or the gill cover. Puts the fish that covers the gills. Upper column or the gill cover. This is the protective flip that covers the gills of a fish, serving to regulate water flow over the delicate gill structures and protections them from damage. And the second is the scales. Scales is the part of the fish that covers the body. Scales are the small overlapping plates that cover the body of a fish, providing the protection against predators and environment factors, as well as helping with straight movement through water. And the fins, part of the fish that used for swimming, balancing, and propelling in water. Fins are the in-depth appendage attached to the body of the fish, which used for swimming, maneuvering, and maintaining balance. And the eyes of a fish. Eyes of a fish, parts of the fish that used for seeing. These eyes of a fish is specialized organs used for vision, allowing a fish to detect lights, shapes, and movement in its surroundings. Did you get it, class? Okay, very good. Kindly read the next slide. Yes, Miss Tanawan? The mouth of the fish, it is anatomical structure located on the anterior ends of the body, typically surrounded by lips and equipped with the various components for feeding and respiration. Okay? And the anus are part of the fish that serves as excretory organs of the fish, where the waste matter coming from the body of a fish passes out. Caudal peduncle, part of the fish that connect the body in the tail of the fish. Caudal peduncle, this is the narrow part of a fish body that connects the main body to the tail. It provides support and flexibility for the tail's movement, allowing the fish to swim efficiently. And the last, the vent. The opening between the aims the anal fin, where the fish will execute either eggs or sperm, also known as genital papilla. Yung vent is the opening located between the anus and the anal on a fish. It serves the exit point of the waste products, such as feces or reproductive materials. Examples is the eggs or the sperm. In some species, it's also called the genital papilla, and it's involved in reproductive activities. Did you understand the external parts of the fish and its function? Okay, very good. So now let's move on the internal parts of the fish and their function. In this class, who has an idea about the internal parts of the fish? Yes, Miss Gonzalez. Very good. Kindly read the next slide. Yes, Miss Alaras. Thank you, Miss Alaras. The spine of a fish is like its backbones. It's the main structure of holds the fish body together running from the head to the tail. The spine is made for many small bones called vertebrae which are hollow. These bones protect the fish delicate spinal cord. Okay, the spinal cord. The parts of the fish that connects the brain to the rest of the body and relays sensory information from the body to the brain as well as instruction from the brain to the rest of the body. Next is the brain. It controls the center of a fish where both automatic functions and higher behaviors occur. All sensory information is processed here. The brain is like a fish control center, managing everything from basic functions to more complex behaviors. All sensory info like sights and smell is processed here. And the next is the lateral lines, one of the fish primary sense organ. It detects underwater vibration and 15 capable of determining the direction of their source. The lateral lines, this is a sensitive organ that detects vibration in the water, helping a fish sense movement and direction their surroundings. And the swim or air bladder, a hollow balanced gas-filled organs that allows a fish conserve energy by maintaining a neutral buoyancy in the water. Swim or air bladders, it is a gas-filled organ that help a fish control their buoyancy in water, allowing them to swim a different depths without wasting energy. And the kidney of a fish. A kidney is a filters liquid waste material from the blood. These wastes are then passed out of the body. The kidney of a fish is similar to ours. It filters waste from the blood and helps remove excess water, keeping the fish internal environment balanced. And the stomach and intestines of the fish break down food and absorb nutrients. Stomach and intestines of a fish. These organs digest food, breaking it down into nutrients that the fish can absorb and use for energy and growth. Did you get it, class? Okay, very good. Kindly read the next slide, Mr. Salcedo. Okay, thank you, Mr. Salcedo. Phalchlorate caeca are fingers-like projections near the stomach and intestines of a fish. They release enzymes that help digest food, breaking it down into nutrients. Additionally, they may absorb some or these digested nutrients, serving a dual role in digestions and nutrients absorption. And also the liver. The liver of fish, it assists digestions by secreting enzymes that break down fats and also serve as storage area for fats and carbohydrates. Liver of the fish. The liver in the fish helps with digestions by releasing enzymes that break down fast. It also stores fats and carbohydrates for energy. And the hearts of the fish circulates blood throughout the body. Heart of the fish, just like ours. The fish hearts pump blood throughout its body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to its organs and tissues. And the muscle, providing movement and locomotions. This part of the fish that are usually eaten, they compose the fillet or the fish. The muscles of the fish are what give them movement and help them swim. These muscles are often eaten and make up the fillet of the fish. And the last, the gonad, yung hormone secreting sexual gland of the fish. Yung gonad, the gonad is the fish reproductive glands producing hormones and gametes or the eggs or the sperm necessary for reproduction. Do you understand the internal parts of the fish and its function? Very good. Those are the external and internal parts of the fish and their function. So now let's move on onto the fish scales, which tell the age of a fish. Scale shows rings that indicate periods of growth. Rings that are the farther apart occur when the fish grows. Well, and there is a lot of foods in the summer seasons. Rings that close together occur when the fish does not get much food and grows slowly. On the scale, you can identify the summer growth and the winter growth. Understand, class? Any questions regarding to the fish scales? Okay, so now let's move on the different types of a fish scales. First is the placoid. It resembles a miniature tooth called denticles. Examples is the shark scales and the cycloid. It is oval or circular in outline and has a smooth and exposed rear edge. And the third is the ctenoid. It is a scales that have a rear edge made from a small brush-like spines or of a comb, like teeth. Examples of the ctenoid scales is the scales of a perch, ruggies, and bass. And the last, the ganoid, is a four-sided plate that fits closely against adjacent plates without overlapping. Those are the four types of scales of a fish. Any questions or clarifications about the different types of scale? Very good. It seems that you already understand the different types of a fish scale. So now let's move on the part of the gills of the fish. For exchange or gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide. The gill filaments, these are the structures in the gills of the fish responsible for the exchange of gases like oxygens and carbon dioxide between the fish bloodstream and the surrounding water. And the gill arc, used for support in passing for blood to and the gill filaments. Gill arc, these are the supporting structures in the gills that hold the filaments place and provide a passage for blood to flow through them, facilitating the gas exchange. And the last, the gill rockers, used for straining from food the water. The gill rockers, they're the small finger-like projections found on the gill arcs that help filter and strain food particles from the water and passes over the gills, allowing a fish to feed. Do you understand, class? This is the end of our discussion. Any clarification, class? Since you don't have question, kindly complete the sentence. I have learned that, yes, Mr. Miranda. Very good, Mr. Miranda. And the second question, what is the importance of knowing the different parts of a fish? Yes, Miss Magtibay. Very good, Miss Magtibay. It seems that you really understood our topic. Let's have an activity. I'll divide you into three groups, the FSM, the electronics, and last, the automotive group. To complete your task, simply dissect the fish and identify both internal and external parts. Also, each group should have two representatives to present their activities. You have 5 minutes to complete the task, and the group that get the highest point based on the criteria will get a prize. Do you have questions or clarifications about our activities? Okay, class, time's up, and two representatives per group go to the front and present their group activities. Group 1 got 27 points, and the group 2 got 28 points, and the group 3 got 30 points. Did you enjoy our activity? Very good. Thank you for your full participations. Did you enjoy our activity? Since you already understood our today's lessons, answer this. For your assignment, research about aspects, classifications, and methods of a fish culture. You can write it or type it in a short bond paper only. Is that clear, class? But before you leave the classroom, pick up the pieces of papers under your chairs. Praise with Jesus Christ. Goodbye, class.